This is Margaret Koolman of Soul Astrology. And this is the new moon in Leo. The sun rules Leo, radiant, central, the heart of the matter, the heart of the body, the heart of the personality, where the spirit comes through when we open and let it. The sun has been in Leo for most of this month, so the moon catches it up towards the end of Leo. But nevertheless, I like to use the new moon chart as the flavour of the month to come before the next new moon. So even though the sun will move into Virgo in a few days, the flavour of this month is Leo. When the heart is open and we allow the spirit through into our lives, we allow that spirit is what's strong, that life itself runs the show, and it's not up to our little personalities. All the things we do are just what we're doing. They stop being problems. When the heart's closed, it's as though the personality has to get on by itself, and everything that we do is like the next hurdle, and life becomes a series of hurdles. Those we are jumping now, those we've managed to survive across before, and the next one, whatever it may be, looming ahead. Everyone's heart is in a way governed by the sign that the sun was in when they were born, our sun sign. So for each individual, the way to open the heart up is to be that sign at its best, to allow that is one's central nature, not the essence of our being, because that's what is the same for us all, the oneness that is all things. But our individual way of being that tends to show through our sun sign. Helping somebody to be their sun sign when they've been struggling a bit with life is the kindest thing and most helpful thing that we can do for them. Because when the heart is open, we somehow deal with the things in our life. This month there is a beautiful connection between the Sun, Moon and Mars and Saturn, a sextile, the green line. Mars has been approaching Saturn for several days, and this will have been feeling somewhat of a build-up of tension. In this chart, Mars has actually passed by a couple of days, and so that tension should gradually subside. A sense of relaxing again, something past, perhaps a sense that we've made it over the last hurdle, and the next one is perhaps a little way ahead. But the flavour that gives to the new moon is a sense of steadiness. There's an acceptance of the facts, not to say exactly resting on one's laurels, but a sense of accomplishment, and perhaps the realization, a background realization, that things are as they are. The people we know we will continue to know. However we have behaved, the relationships continue to be there. There may well have been something happening with our relationships recently which has changed the quality of the way we're relating. The Venus in this chart has just passed its opposition to Pluto and its trine to Chiron. So it could be as though relationships are steadying down, but steadying into a slightly different way of being. And at back of all of this, we've got that Mercury is in Leo, making a beautiful connection to Uranus. So no matter what else is going on, we can continually come back to the positive, to our own particular take on life. Standing clear, sometimes perhaps feeling a bit lonely, but knowing we can handle it. Because all these three patterns are there in the chart, we need to operate them all. So just standing clear and being positive in one's own space isn't enough by itself. there would be a need still to reconnect with the emotional side of our relating, coziness, as it were, of being with friends, with family, however awkward it may be sometimes, and the taking responsibility for how we are in those relationships, in a way settling down to our roles in those relationships, insofar as those roles are important for the other people. Something about accepting what we are to each other, the importance of that, the stabilizing influence of that. And perhaps because of that, determining how we will work together. The Mars and Saturn are in Libra. It is about relationship, but how we act within relationships, with the Mars there, which is cooperating, collaborating, sharing, sussing out how the other person feels before making one's great moves, and sharing a lot of warmth. So this is a month to stand within your own strength, your own centeredness, knowing that each other person needs to be within theirs. Thinking for oneself, and yet being open to how it appears to be out there. Not so much being influenced by circumstances and the emotional climate, but being responsive to it. Towards the end of August, Mars will have moved into Scorpio, so focusing very much on doing something about those deeper issues that have been revealed. Mercury, at the very end of August, moves into Virgo, so September will find us much more inclined to get on with the necessary work. And also at this time, the nodes of the moon, going backwards as they do, slide into Scorpio and Taurus, so that the Sagittarius exploration that has been going on, that's been the correct thing to do, becomes a deep determination to tackle what's true, what's really down there, to make a difference. The North Node will be in Scorpio for the next year and a half, and I think of it as being the quality of endeavour that is most blessed by life during this period. There is a measure of taking things seriously that will be required, not to be distracted from a definite drive to tackle those main deep issues that have been surfacing over the last years. This is unrolling during the month, but the flavour of the month is Leo, the smiling, open, upbeat face of the human heart. It's always okay to relax and have fun. We are loved without judgment, beyond measure. Let your breathing massage your beating heart to release the catch and open the door. Breathe deeply the joyous rosy gold, its brilliance dissolving form. Feel the radiance spread out to embrace your world, up through your face to make smile, your mind to open, accepting with love, becoming compassion for struggle and suffering, for misunderstanding of pain and loss, for guilt and shame, for regret and despair. And all the way through this, your shining centre keep clear and clean for vital repair and restorative sleep. Be your true self and be human, your heart as your stage in the wings of life.